Good afternoon. Before we begin, we would like to acknowledge the Tulalip tribes of Washington, who are the original inhabitants and custodians of this land. We would also like to pay respect to the elders past and present and extend that respect to other indigenous people present. Unfortunately, Ray Freiberg and the Salish Spirit Canoe family could not be here today to perform an honor song. Welcome to the 28th Annual Commencement Ceremonies of the University of Washington, Bothell. Today, we welcome more than 15,000 family members and friends who have come here to celebrate this great day with the class of 2019. We open with the national anthem, performed today by Ananya Sengupta. Ananya is graduating today with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Business Administration.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Ananya. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. We have a large number of graduates to recognize this afternoon, and we ask that you not leave until the ceremony has concluded in order to show the final graduate the same respect that we show the first graduate. Graduates, please remain on the field for the entire ceremony. I now have the honor of introducing the Chancellor of the University of Washington, Bothell, Dr. Wolf Ye.
Thank you, Professor Shankar. To our distinguished guests, faculty, families, and friends, and especially our graduating class of 2019, I'm truly honored to be here with you today to celebrate this special day. Before I introduce our distinguished guests, graduates, if you are able, would you stand? Well, the audience, you got ahead of me, because I was going to say, this is a day to celebrate your accomplishments, and I was going to ask for a round of applause, but why not? Let's do it again. Now, graduates, while you're on your feet, just take a look around you at your community here at T-Mobile Park. Think about the loved ones watching you from home here and abroad, your immediate and extended family, friends, neighbors, and everyone who supported you. So class of 2019, it's your turn now to show your Husky pride and appreciation for everyone who supported you through these past few years. Now you can take your seat, please. Now there's one more thing though. If you are a father or a grandfather, I would like to ask you to stand. Now you know what day today is, so make sure on your way home, treat them right. They came here to celebrate your special day. We have several distinguished guests sitting here on the platform today. The University of Washington has 3 unique campuses, one in Tacoma, one in Seattle, and of course, our special campus in Bothell. Okay. The ultimate responsibility for these campuses rests with 10 members of the University of Washington Board of Regents. These dedicated women and men devote tremendous skill, passion, and time each year to the university. 9 of our regents are with us today. I would like to ask you, please hold up your applause until all the regents have been introduced. First, the chair of our Board of Regents, Dr. Constance Rice, Regent William Ayer, Vice Chair of our Board of Regents, Regent Joel Benalillo, Regent Joanne Harrell, Regent Jeremy Jake, Regent Libby McPhee, Regent Blaine Tamaki, Regent David Zeke. And also, Caitlin Zhao is our student member of our Board of Regents. Would you recognize our regents, please? Thank you. And of course, it's always a privilege to introduce our next guest. She's a Husky at heart. She leads our Tri-Campus University of Washington with passion and integrity. And she's been a partner in the success of our Bothell campus. Please give a round of applause for our president of University of Washington, Dr. Annamarie Kause. Also with us this afternoon is UW's, University of Washington's Chief Academic Officer and Executive Vice President. Provost Mark Richards, welcome, and thank you for helping us celebrate our 28th commencement ceremony. Our campus at Bothell, we also have a leadership team that is committed to student success. Again, please hold off your applause until all of them have been introduced. Interim Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Anita Krug. Vice Chancellor for Planning and Administration, Ruth Johnston. Vice Chancellor for Advancement and External Relations, Philip Akers. Dean of our School of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, Dean Elaine Scott. Dean of the School of Interdisciplinary Arts and Sciences, Bruce Burgett. Dean of the School of Business, Sandeep Krishnamurthy. Dean of the School of Educational Studies, Ed Buendia. Dean of the School of Nursing and Health Studies, Shari Dworkin. Interim Dean of Diversity and Equity, and our Campus Diversity Officer, Wayne Au. Assistant Vice Chancellor for Enrollment Management, Steve Syverson. Dean of Student Affairs, Tim Wilson. Associate Dean of the University of Washington Libraries and Director of the UW Bothell Library, Sarah Ledley. Assistant Vice Chancellor for Research, Carolyn Brennan. Interim Associate Vice Chancellor for Undergraduate Learning, Cinnamon Hilliard. Please help me thank the leaders of UW-Bothell. Also seated on the platform today is Professor Ron Tilden, who will assist with reading of the names of graduates as they walk across stage, and Professors Julie Shane and Surya Pathak, who are faculty award winners and will be recognized later in the program. Also, Sam Alkuri, he's the recipient of University of Washington's Distinguished Staff Award this year. He's actually working in the stands for you to make this day special, and I believe he is in section 115. And General Faculty Organization Chair, Professor Gauri Shankar, who is also serving as our Grand Marshal today. Would you recognize these special people? And of course, I would also like to give special thanks to our faculty marshals and flag bearers who led our students onto the field today. And there are UW faculty and staff. They're in purple polos, gold polos, black jackets, all of our University of Washington's colors. And they're working throughout this park to make today's program viable. So thank you all for helping out. In a short time, the class of 2019 will become honored UW-Bothell alumni. Here representing our alumni is Chair of the UW Alumni Council, Mina Hushangi. Our advisory board members also volunteer their time, experience, wisdom on behalf of UW-Bothell campus. They help build community support and provide important advice and guidance. The full list of our advisory board members is in your program. We thank our advisory board members for their service, of course, our alumni council, and all other support groups. Thank you. The centerpiece of UW-Bothell experience is that close working relationship among students, faculty, and staff. The faculty have guided you and shared their knowledge and expertise with you, and so has the staff throughout your journey at UW-Bothell. Faculty and staff seated on the field working throughout the stadium also are to be recognized. And finally, I would like to recognize our keynote speaker, Seattle City Council President and UW alum, Bruce Harrell. Okay, now on to why we're here, on to our special guests, our graduates. So let me tell you a little bit about the class of 2019. You might be surprised. You are, this year's graduating class, you are 2,200 strong, largest graduating class here at UW-Bothell. Okay. With you, UW-Bothell is fulfilling its commitment to serve the people of Washington, particularly those living in the Puget Sound region. Now, many of today's graduates have maintained careers while attending school. Many have raised families, as you have seen so many fathers standing up earlier. Our graduates are diverse in every way you can imagine. Our graduates hail from as close as Bothell and Seattle to as far away as Indonesia and Cambodia. Today, we'll confer 1,982 baccalaureate degrees and 236 master's degrees. Right there. And 21 students will also receive their Washington State Residency Certificate in Education, our future teachers. Now, our graduates today range in age from 18 years old to 68 years young. 68 years. Congratulations. But on top of that, we now have more than 24,000 UW-Bothell alumni amongst us. We have come a long way. 868, this one's really special. 868 of you are also first in your families to get a college degree. Almost half of you. I can only imagine the pride your families must be feeling right now to see you right here at this field. And I suspect that you've already inspired someone coming behind you, or even someone who came before you. You chose UW-Bothell. You chose to stop at nothing to grab hold of every opportunity to learn. You chose to contribute and to advance change. And you did it. We are proud of your accomplishments. That's right, you brought your A game, you worked hard, you made sacrifices, you powered through, and you finished strong. So this is your first day of a new chapter in your life. So from all of us at UW-Bothell and University of Washington, graduates, congratulations. Leah Shin is the president of Associated Students of University of Washington, Bothell. I've been proud to work with her on many initiatives over the past 2 years. So I now welcome Leah Shin to the podium. Leah.
All right. Hello, class of 2019. Look around. We made it. We made it through all-nighters in the library, leading social projects that are changing the world, eating Subway, coding the next big thing, texting your mom that you'll be home for dinner. Thanks, Mom. Changing majors 1 or 2 times, starting clubs, looking for parking, working in corporate companies, and taking the time to reflect on life while gazing at the crows. Now, we're only hours away from walking into a world that is so ready for us. These last 3 quarters, I felt like I was going through the 3 stages of, let me just graduate already. During fall quarter, I was like, I'm over it. I need to get out now. Senioritis was hitting me hard. In winter quarter, oh wow, time is flying by. I need to find a job or something. And finally, spring quarter. Who am I? What will I be doing? Am I making the right choice? Should I do a 5th year? Should we? As we reflect on our lives at this point, many of us have our stories hidden. We may feel afraid to share our stories when our whole truth doesn't live up to some established ideal. Even when it's not pretty or perfect, even when it's more real than you want it to be, your story is what you have. It's what you always have. It's something to own. We must embrace and tell our stories of being first generation, parents, undocumented, LGBTQ+, veterans, people of color, and so much more. When we walk across the stage today, know you're not simply walking for yourself. You're also walking for those who have paved the way for you, and now you're paving the way for those after you. At some point, we've all been asked a question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And now, more recently, what are your plans after graduation? I find these two questions limiting us, as if growing up or graduating is definite, as if some point you become something and that's the end. Today, all 2,238 of us in this graduating class, it's our time of becoming. For us, becoming isn't about achieving a certain aim or going somewhere. We see it instead as a forward motion, a means of evolving, a way to reach continuously toward a better self. The journey doesn't end. This is our beginning to ask ourselves why and how. This is our time to shatter all expectations set for us and instead seek justice in everything we do. As Husky alumni, many of us will indulge in our curiosities about the world, run wild with our ideas, so together we can set this world on fire. This is our time, class of 2019, to be whoever we have always dreamed of becoming. Congratulations and thank you, class of 2019. You've made a positive impact in my life, our UW Bothell community, and now it's time to do the same in all aspects what you plan to do next. Let's become. Thank you.
Thank you, Leah. Our annual commencement ceremony also offers us a moment to honor some special individuals in our community. I now invite Mina Hushangi, Chair of the UW Bothell Alumni Council, to come forward for a special presentation. Mina.
Thank you, Chancellor Lieh. I first want to say to the class of 2019, on behalf of more than 24,000 University of Washington Bothell alumni, welcome to the alumni family. You are prepared to be today's leaders, those who will make a lasting impact in our communities. Each year, the University of Washington Bothell recognizes one of our alumni who has exhibited distinguished professional achievements and outstanding community service. After having served 50 years in the police department, 2 years in the Navy, published 7 novels to date, served as a past UW AA trustee, and a UW Bothell 2003 graduate, it is my honor to present the 2019 UW Bothell Distinguished Alumni Award to Neil Lowe. Please join me in congratulating Neil Lowe.
Well, thank you, Mina. I'll now invite Interim Vice Chancellor Dr. Anita Krug to present Distinguished Teaching Award.
Thank you, Chancellor Ye. As is tradition with many other universities, we celebrate teaching and effective learning by conferring awards on faculty and students who have earned recognition for exceptional achievements. Each and every member of our faculty is committed to outstanding teaching. The Distinguished Teaching Award recognizes one faculty member with a particularly outstanding record of teaching at UW Bothell. I am honored to introduce the recipient of this year's Distinguished Teaching Award, chosen by a committee upon recommendations from students and colleagues and conferred by the president of the university. The recipient is Professor Julie Shane. Uh, I note that she is in Gender, Women, and Sexuality Studies in the School of Interdisciplinary Arts and Sciences. Let's give Professor Shane a round of applause. Congratulations. The next award was created by faculty to honor one within their ranks who performs transformative and creative research. I am honored to present the Distinguished Research, Scholarship, and Creative Activity Award to Associate Professor Surya Pathak. Let's give a round of applause to Professor Pathak. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Vice Chancellor Krug. And also congratulations to Professor Shane and Professor Pathak. Now today, two of our graduates are receiving special honors, one Chancellor's Medal and one President's Medal. The Chancellor's Medal is presented to a graduate for their extraordinary commitment to learning and achieving a degree. They have also been a consistent source of inspiration for faculty and fellow students. I'm proud to present this year's Chancellor's Medal to Angelica Mendoza, Angelica is already making a positive impact on the world. Let's take a look what that is.
My evolution as a student has just been crazy to think about because when I first got here, I didn't really want to stand out. Being a first-generation college student was kind of scary, but knowing that women of color on campus weren't really heard, I knew that there was a need for people to step up. So I became very involved in everything.
Angelica is a wonderful inspiration to her fellow students. She's a double major and a triple minor, and she does so much. If there's a student movement happening on campus, Angelica is a part of it.
Angelica represents the best of what UW-Bothell can and should be. She's been able to take her passion and pull on the various threads at this university to build skills, to build resources, and turn that passion into something real.
Students needed more resources on campus, and students looked up to me to be that voice for them. But I think a lot of folks don't take into consideration that being a leader is really exhausting. Senior year, I kind of hit burnout because I was doing so much. And it was really, really scary. I fell into major depression, just not knowing if I was going to graduate or not. And so then I'm like, I need to start focusing on the good stuff. My radio show was one of the biggest things that pushed me through. The mission for Tremenda Diosa is to center voices of women of color in the Pacific Northwest. Tremenda Diosa has been my form of self-care.
What's happening, mi gente? It's Tremenda Diosa Radio here on U-Wave. Where's your voice, your vibe?
Ever since I was like a young girl, I'd never heard my voice on the radio. Those narratives impeded me from thinking that I could do anything.
Tremenda Diosa is a powerful program addressing social issues and social challenges. She helps her guests and her listeners step into their own skin and make change in the world.
Angelica will leave a lasting legacy on this campus. So many initiatives have come from Angelica and will affect students for years to come.
Honestly, the women of color on this campus have pushed me to be where I am because we hold each other so close. And it's my mission to continue asking questions, to build my community up, and to break new barriers.
I would like to now invite President Kelsey to the lectern to present the President's Medal.
This year's President's Medalist is Sabira Saibre, who is graduating summa cum laude with a bachelor's degree in biology. Let's learn more about her.
I am an international student. I am from Urumqi, Xinjiang, China. It's the most northwest of China. I came to the United States to get my college degree after I graduated my high school in China. Back home, I was always with my family, and I always have somebody to help me and support me there. So once I arrive at UW Bothell, I become more mentally strong because I am here all by myself. At UW Bothell, I had a lot of chance to interact with my professors. That's why I had more opportunities to apply for scholarships and research and even be a better student to master my subjects because of their help.
Sabira has this willingness to continually learn. She works hard to improve her skills, improve her knowledge. She just really wants to be the best.
Sabira has an almost perfect GPA and she'll be graduating summa cum laude. And she did it while learning English, and that's pretty remarkable.
I'm really interested in medicine. I wanted to be a doctor from a really young age. My hometown doesn't have the best medical system, so some of my family members, when they get sick, they need to look for treatments from other cities. So that inspired me to be a doctor to serve in the areas or the region that lack healthcare professionals. I'm currently applying for medical schools. I like that I can do something to actually give another person a chance to live.
I really think that one of her best qualities is her compassionate nature. And I think that will really, really help her become really successful as a medical practitioner.
Getting my bachelor degree in the United States made me feel like I have achieved a lot. And I was really happy to receive President's Medal because that told me all my hard work has paid off. I had to overcome a lot of challenges and obstacles on my own, and I think my parents are really proud of me.
Congratulations. Now, those are just two of the absolutely remarkable University of Washington Bothell graduates. Congratulations to you all. We are so proud of all of you for reaching this day, and each of you got here by taking your own unique path. No two paths were alike, and they all contained obstacles and detours to this time and place. Each of you, at some point or another, has encountered setbacks. You've suffered moments of doubt. And while it might seem a little strange to ask you to focus on those difficult moments right now, I'm going to ask you to pause and think about a time in your college career when you really struggled. Think about it. And now I invite you to look at where you sit right now and to hold in your heart the knowledge that you did it. Each and every one of you overcame obstacles. You bounced back from disappointment. You persevered. Your diploma is the indisputable proof that you have the drive, the grit, and ability to see it through, to thrive and excel. With your degree, you have countless opportunities, and those opportunities will bring with them new challenges. But when that happens, think back to this day and know you are equal to those challenges. Now, now, to the families and friends, supporters here today, the University of Washington shares your pride in your graduate, and we know that you were essential to their achievement as well. Thank you all for what you've done to get them here. Thank you. Your commitment began long before they set foot on the UW-Bothell campus. It was there when maybe you checked over their homework or made sure they ate breakfast or put them on the path to this moment when you showed up to their school play or drove them to their soccer match. For all the countless acts of generosity and your sacrifices, large and small, the UW thanks you, because we are so proud to call your graduates our graduates. And as UW graduates, your potential is enormous, much more than even this stadium can hold. How will you change the world? Are you the scientist who will uncover the knowledge we need to address climate change? Are you the future healthcare professional who will expand treatment for underserved communities? Are you the Pacific Northwest's next great entrepreneur? Whatever you do, I hope you will bring with you the values that we celebrate at UW: empathy, integrity, and respect for all people. I hope you will ask for help when you need it. I hope you will seek those out who need your help and offer it gladly. I know you will make an impact, and I can't wait to see what shape it takes. So thank you for your determination and the talent and ability you invested in your degree. The UW will always be part of your journey now. You will always be a Husky. Absolute Huskies forever. Because we are part of your story, but we will always remember you as part of the university story. We're better for the mark that you have left on this great public institution. We're proud to call you alumni and a member of the UW family. One more time, let's say this, we're going to say this a lot today. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Well, thank you, President Kelsey. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, a fellow Husky and Seattle City Council President, Bruce Harrell. Bruce received both his political science and law degrees from the University of Washington. He's a double dog. He also played on the 1978 Rose Bowl champion and 1979 Sun Bowl champion Husky football teams. But most importantly, though, he was a first-team academic All-American. Like most half of UW-Bothell's graduating students, Bruce was the first in his family to graduate from college. He's been a member of the Seattle City Council since 2008 and council president since 2016. When Seattle really needed him in 2017, he stepped up to serve as mayor. So please welcome a community leader and a proud Husky, Bruce Harrell.
Woo! I got to get that out. I'm feeling so good. Before I begin my formal remarks, I was told Sabira received almost all A's, but 1 A-, and I want to know who gave her that A-. Reveal yourself. We are inspired by those students. I'd like to thank President Anamari Kase, Chancellor Wolf Ye, the distinguished Board of Regents, the faculty and the students and the organizing committee for inviting me. I am truly blessed and honored to share a few remarks with you. I was told, be brief, be brilliant, and be seated. So I'm going to deliver. Today, this magnificent school will bestow its formal honor of academic achievement to you. In recent years, the University of Washington Bothell has been recognized and ranked best university in Washington State in terms of value and quality, and ranked 10th nationally amongst public universities. That's your house. UW-Bothell is recognized nationally for its commitment to inclusiveness and diversity. So when they asked me to speak, I didn't hesitate. Additionally, because of my belief in civil rights and free speech, I thought it appropriate to deliver a free speech. So I said, what the heck? Today, my message is very clear, UW-Bothell. We are going to own our greatness. We're going to own it with humility. And our greatness, as I define it, does not mean receiving the Nobel Peace Prize, the next one. It doesn't mean starting the next national high-tech company or getting 1 million hits on your YouTube video. Society may define it that way, but I define it a little differently. It means accomplishing something. It's very personal, actually. It doesn't brag. It doesn't boast. Accomplishing something where people doubted you, and perhaps you had a little bit of self-doubt, and taking that challenge, if you will, and finding meaning and life purpose in it, and then using that to sort of feed on in terms of making your decision. That's the greatness that I want to talk about this afternoon. Now, your journey today just didn't start yesterday, right? It began with you applying to the University of Washington. And when I applied back in the dinosaur days, I told my parents and a few friends, but I know you all tweeted it and Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. But you received that news, and some of you waited for it patiently, some impatiently, but that was a significant moment in your life. It was a simple moment, but as Nobel Peace Prize Elie Wiesel stated, life is not measured in years. It's measured in simple moments. So as we recognize your formal achievement today, I contend to you that some of your most important lessons in life are outside of the classroom. It could be a simple chat over coffee. It could be a walk in the park. We call these significant learning moments. You could have seen a flower withering and you thought about climate change. You could have seen a movie and you thought about human rights. You could have heard a song and you thought about someone less fortunate than you, or these simple moments that actually define who we were. I had one watching Sabira and Angelica when I realized they are seizing their power. It occurred to me that's truly what we are celebrating this afternoon. It is my hope to you, UW-Bothell, that you learned importance out of another experience, and that is getting out of your comfort zone. It is very easy to default in your comfort zone. That means talking to people who think like you, concerning yourself with issues that you're comfortable with. You know, there's an old saying, even elephants like to only bump with other elephants. You know, it's groupthink. That's very comfortable. It's very seductive to fall in that easy trap. But I contend to you that when you took classes that didn't even neatly fit into your major, probably because you were required to, by the way, that you had some of these aha moments where you pushed yourself and you learned something new. I want to share with you something personal about what I call your mental software. It's like a quiet hum of a computer that sort of programs yourself. My parents met when they were 14 right here in Seattle, Washington. My mother was interned, as Japanese Americans were, during World War II. Her parents, being very loyal to this country, yet being from Japan, were cited for treason, and despite their loyalty were jailed and subsequently interned with my mother. My father was an African American who came here from New Orleans, Louisiana, and they met when they were 14 and married when they were 18 and remained married to each other their entire lives. Now, I know for a fact my mother, who was interned at 12, knew very little about the African American culture. I know for even a more certain fact that my father knew very little, if anything, about the Japanese culture. But I'll tell you what they knew. They knew what love was. They knew the human connection that all cultures knew. And they impressed upon me one fact that I know you learned at UW-Bothell. That caring about people who are less fortunate than you is good, and being self-absorbed is bad. So I say that to say that this degree must go beyond just you. Perhaps the most important lesson that my parents taught me was this: that I was not alone, that I was part of a larger ecosystem, and that my purpose was intertwined with others, that the universal truth of how everyone's life in this stadium right now, where they play baseball, everyone's life is intertwined with one another. That they taught me the importance of trying to understand different cultures, different people, different lifestyles, different religions. And while we call it different things in different languages, the language of love, honor, and commitment are universal. So despite of what we read in the newspapers, and I'll give you an example, when I, again, roamed the campus, when T-Rex dinosaurs roamed our campus and velociraptors drank out of Lake Washington, when I attended the University of Washington, during that time our president was being impeached. Many high-ranking members in government were clearly corrupt. A bloody war in Vietnam plagued this country. Blatant acts of violence against LGBT communities, women, religious minorities were commonplace. Wealth was concentrated in a select few, and our society perpetuated a system where millions of people were economically disadvantaged. Now you probably think I'm describing today, right? The more things change, the more they what? They do stay the same. But it's not that things don't change, because things change rapidly. But human nature, this fight against corruption, does not change. Today you live in a world that has created over 2,000 billionaires with a combined net worth of $7.67 trillion. Yet we still see people living under bridges. We still debate critical human rights such as abortion rights and freedom from police brutality. You live in a country that does not recognize that good people come from countries outside of this one, and we became great as a country not because we are letting them in, but because of it. Not because we are excluding them, because we are great because of them, not in spite of it. And we're still debating these issues in this year when you are graduating. I'll close with a quote from Presidential Medal of Freedom winner, a theologian named Reinhold Niebuhr. And graduates, I want you to realize this as you continue your fight. Nothing that is worth doing can really be achieved in our lifetime. Therefore, we must be saved by hope. And what he's saying is this fight against evil and corruption and greed is not a destination, as you heard from other speakers, it's a journey. When you fight against climate change, you may not even live to see if you won or not, but fight anyway. You fight against racism and bigotry and greed, you may not know if you won, but fight anyway. He goes on to say, nothing we do, however virtuous, nothing we do can be accomplished alone. Therefore, we are saved by love. So if your love for fairness, for justice, for peace, that love and that passion will realize you're not in this fight alone. And he closes by saying, no virtuous act is quite as virtuous from the standpoint of our friend or foe as it is from our own standpoint. Therefore, we must be saved by the final form of love, which is forgiveness. So when they criticize you, when they scorn you, forgive them. Because you know in your heart you're doing the right thing. This power, this greatness from within that you learn at the University of Washington, Bothell, this greatness from within is all of the power you need to be great. So University of Washington, Bothell, thank you for having me. Thank you for seizing the greatness within. Thank all of you who played a role in that greatness. And again, I leave you by saying it is such an honor to be with you this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Mr. Harrell, for that brilliant, brief, and inspiring speech. Really appreciate that, and I know our graduates really take this to heart. Okay. So, now we are at the halfway point, and since we're in this beautiful T-Mobile Park, home of our Seattle Mariners baseball team, we want to honor this space in a special way before the much anticipated, something that you've been here waiting all this time for, conferring of degrees. So, everybody, stand up, please. What we're going to do is this thing called the 7th inning stretch.
Throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying, ayo, gotta let go. I wanna celebrate and live my life, saying, ayo, baby, let's go. 'Cause we gon' rock this club, we gon' go all night, we gon' light it up like it's dynamite. 'Cause I told you once, now I told you.
That was brief, but if you would take your seats, please. So now, at this time, I'd like to bring President Anna-Marie Kause back and start the conferring of degrees. President Kause.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come to award the degrees. All right. Dr. Anita Krug, Interim Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, will present the candidates for the master's degrees, and they will be conferred by Regent Rice.
Thank you, President Kause. Will the master's candidates in the schools of business, educational studies, interdisciplinary arts and sciences, nursing and health studies, and science, technology, engineering, and mathematics please rise? Regent Rice, I am honored to present these master's degree candidates. I recommend that all who have fulfilled the requirements prescribed by the graduate faculty of the University of Washington, Bothell be awarded their master's degrees.
Thank you. On behalf of the Board of Regents and the faculty of the University of Washington, Bothell, I am pleased to confer upon each of you your respective master's degrees from the School of Business, Educational Studies, Interdisciplinary Arts and Sciences, Nursing and Health Studies, and Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. Congratulations. Your university is very proud of you. You will be presented this afternoon with a memento of this commencement ceremony.
Introducing the master's candidates from the School of Interdisciplinary Arts and Sciences.
Blaine Millian, Ava Thomas, Katie Juyun Ohashi, Angela Ramona Yun, Mudasir Kamran Zubair, Alexandra S. Portillo,
Marjan Atashaye Didra. Kira Laughlin.
Master's candidates from the School of Business.
Amy Marie Rodriguez. Lenny Rich.
Christy M. De Vera. Terry K. Curran.
Zakir Merchant. Tyler Robinson.
Rasa Amiri. Heidi Ahmed.
Yanling Zhu.
Yu Hong Ping. Junyi Wang. Zoe Yan. Cecilia Lee. Yu Sun.
Wilson Ye.
Alex Lawton. Donatello K. Lee.
Daniel Yoon.
Rigo Leone. Trang Huang.
Maya M. Yamaguchi. Erica M. Nesbitt.
Sukyoung Jung.
Ann Chan. Zhou Yang He.
Alex C. Neiswanger. Prashant Medicherla.
Wistramundo Dones.
Abhinaya Srirama.
Hetal Diveka.
Bolur Bakru.
Jintana Tanratana.
Sydney Sosa Vaughn.
Sugandha Trivedi.
Bekra A. Amin. Noura Arumayan. Alekia Koda. Ramya Kanan. Leah Jean Johnson.
Daniel Yan. Vivian Wei. Master's candidates from the School of Educational Studies.
Veronica Zhu. Nicholas H. Serpanos. Simone Willink.
Michael J. Adamick.
Therese A. Richardson. Omar M. Omar. Brandon Ray Owings.
Master's candidates from the School of Nursing and Health Studies.
Marcos San Martin.
Omar Jabi.
Ronald Carrick. Sarah Hopkins.
Master's candidates from the School of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics.
Supriya P. Somanahali. Midha Srivastava. Kulsum Mansoor. Gayatri Radhakrishna Pillai. Sri Lakitha Vijapu.
Todor K. Avramov.
Andrew P. Watson. Spencer A. Moritz. Simon Zhang.
Anjal Rajendra Doshi. Mohammed A. Logman. Kalyani A. Kataria. Ambika Hegde. Azra Bandukwala.
Fartun Mohammed Mursal.
Matthew J. Farrow. Chris Coate.
Jean Millian.
Josh Devine, Matthew Lynn,
Odessa Orakijat,
Ibrahima Sise,
Pengkun Zhang,
I think.
Interim Vice Chancellor Krug will now present candidates for the bachelor's degrees.
Will the baccalaureate candidates please rise? Regent Rice, I have the honor to present these candidates for the baccalaureate degree. I recommend that all who have fulfilled the degree requirements be awarded their degrees.
On behalf of the Board of Regents and the faculty of the University of Washington, Bothell, I am pleased to confer upon each of you the baccalaureate degree, and congratulations.
Candidates from the School of Interdisciplinary Arts and Sciences.
Angelica M. Mendoza,
Marissa Rayo,
Duha N. Mohammed, Noor O. Shaheen,
Gloria G. Gonzalez Zapata,
Sabrine A. Ode, Eduardo D. Sanchez,
Ken Beezer, Gabrielle J. Fox,
Daniela J. Villalobos,
Rania S. Alarabi, Beiruz H. El Cordy, Adrian Garcia, Salina Daza,
Thaddeus Vale,
Paula Del Calejo,
Ajimogu Johnson Achalonu, Khalifa Albuainain, Jordan David Fetty,
Alan Ramachandre,
Michael C. Groves, Selma S. Burke, Zarifa R. Baroud, Hamzia Hebo Aman,
Rabiul Sajjad, Naima M. Shaltu, Caleb Vetter G, Janet T. Turner,
Cindy Heredia,
Dion J. Miller, Sohaila Samsami, Sharn Kaur Shokir, Angeline S. Mahi,
Kennedy T. Jorgensen, Olivia L. Asen, Elizabeth A. Gallus,
Bailey Powers,
Winnie Mary Souza DeForest, Megan E. Gill,
Emilia Shaheen Suarez,
Joseph E. Johnson,
Nebiu Yassin,
Melissa M. Sincata, Aaron Andrade,
Ira E. Ogilvy, Traven F. Rayonal, Prabshan Kaur Shahi, Jenny T. Nguyen, Hannah B. Tades, Jeanette Moretti,
Sydney M. Beard,
Isabella Tiro, Raquel Caridom Sompayen,
Chase J. Hales Curry, Reagan Curley, Edgar A. Cruz, Leanne E. Chang,
Maya R. Phipps, Jessica Kien Nguyen, Joseph Song,
Courtney M. Evans,
Andy Sewer, Nectarios M. Xenos, Gina M. Rojas, Ista Menkavaj,
Griffin Pierce Ellis,
Rio Golden,
Olivia Merrick, Zachariah David Reynolds,
Anna E. Collins, David I. Ivanov,
Brinley L. McGough,
Grace E. Bollinger, Zachary T. Beisch,
Tabor A. Rupp,
Connor J. Anderson,
Erica E. Valencia,
Junie Lee,
Kunhua Zhang,
Marnie M. Lowe, Jasmine M. Duong, Christine N. Chanthavong, Rachel S. Lee,
Nina Marie Platt,
Meredith Lee Adams, Badir A. Alganmi, Sarah Catherine Adams,
Lilia Rusu,
Christine Jean Young Kim, Sarah C. James, Angie Desir,
Ian M. Schwartz,
Jamie M. Allen, Tristan S. Kular, Hannah R. Kane, Taylor W. Larson,
Trey J. Thornton,
Natapos Kunti, William B. Ibarando Jr., Isabel M. Avanesov,
Sarah Rosioru,
Lin Huang, Callie Liane Gorney,
Iris Radoy Zaida,
Chloe Dow,
Malia R. Oliveria, Ryan Sharon, Molly Meyer,
Ka M. Chan,
Yaron Shu,
James N. Gatata, David J. Bong, Elena Aaron, Belinda E. Bailey, Emily Chanthafone,
G. Retzlaff,
Jacob C. Hunt Alcala,
Leo A. Moen, Tatum R. Wallum,
Alexandra Marissa Farmer,
Morgan D. Gower,
Robert G. Parker, Juan P. Pena,
Corey N. Henney, Tommy Chiam,
Al R. Toto, Adam J. Swartz, Martin A. McDonough, Ardell S. Swank, Andrea Ray Stein,
Skylar T. Lewis Randall,
Dominique M. Thomas, Miranda Rose Swanson,
Pamela T. Caruli,
Venetia Ong, Nina S. Tran, Jenna H. Youssef, Jordan A. Shabazi,
Corey Hawkins, William N. Apple. Brandon D. Chen.
Sam Prudente. Katrina M. Vicenti.
Jerome Aligora.
Daniela Alexis Murguia.
Jema Andrea Garcia Miramontes. Pedram Iman Khan.
Austin J. Temple.
J.J. Keller. Kelsey Lynn Lupin.
Emily Rigg. Jasmine E. Salguero.
Rachel Fraser. Susan N. Al-Husseini. Kelly E. Johnson. Navneet Kaur. Medina Abdurrahim.
Alyssa Nicole Stroh.
Simone M. Jackson.
Sophia B. Maluk. Ann H. Vu.
Gertie Cotro.
Stephen A. Silvermintz. Tuong Tran.
Claire H. Kennedy. Kristen Hinnebush.
Sonia Wong.
Hannah Marie Hemmingson.
Lindsay J. Nelson.
Atka Azar.
Ranim Sheiko. Hao Wen Pan. Yao Xiao. Chloe Wang. Chiu Tong Wang. Q. F. Tang.
Yu Liu. Rebecca R. Anglesey. Jessie Nicole Crozier.
Ryan H. Mansour. Catherine J. Matey. Lauren M. Mamagani.
Connor A. Lorenz. Long I. Fong. Ken Chong.
Min Long.
Wing Hadron. Gina Kim.
Yakub Zakaria.
Julia A. Danoon. Erica Kim. Jacob Ryan Clifford. Glenn L. Funkhauser III.
Jesus Aldo Pineda. Zhen Tian.
D. Jia.
Hao Xian Sven Sun.
Li Chung Jiang.
Hannah Preisinger.
Max Shu. Wan Lo. Coco Shuen Si Chu. Ho En Choi.
Joe Purgatory.
Elijah Caleb Nicholson.
John Zhu.
Wen Ji Bao. Christina M. Huyn. Ya Jun Kao. Angela Gao. Zhou Xin Deng.
Wei Chen Wang. Zijiao Zhang.
Jia Ling Chen. Kai Rui Cheng.
Charles Ferris.
Riley L. Fry.
Ryan L. Sedora.
Anthony D. Brugalet.
Timothy Z. Schaefer. Christina M. Schaefer.
Xiao Wu Chen. Mu Cheng. Diere Hui.
Alfonso Jorge Priego. Jonggun Park.
Jathia S. Hilber.
Yusra Salam. Jason Vaught.
Michael Palazzo.
Wayne Zen. Alex Young. Tan Nguyen.
Jia Cheng Liu, Fancy Fu,
Cynthia Navarrete,
Isabella Duran, Taylor R. Lemerand,
Shi Chi Yu, Yennefer Mendoza, Elizabeth Nguyen, Nichela Silwangkot, Lucia Rios Flores,
Kelly Chu, Teresa Yuan Cheng, Xian Li, Hu Huan Guo, Dong Shen Li,
Marie Ong, Ali Valento,
Chanel R. Clogston, Amanda Cook,
Taisha D. Reed,
Morelli Contreras Miranda,
Lauren C. Summers, Daisy W. Wong, Christine Miles, Jonathan Winnie, Daniel R. Pies,
Heather Renee Duhania, Highland Edelman,
Crystal R. Nelson,
Mona L. Faruhi, Tara K. Fiechner,
Caleb Schooler, Crystal Thiel,
Sonia Flores, Gergana D. Dinkova, Marina Goad,
Quan V. Nguyen, Sahej S. Oberoi,
Miles S. Jones,
Harrison J. Shanahan, Ian M. Menji,
Anthony Davey, Chun K. Chan,
Nicholas W. Rouse, Christina Wright,
Danielle M. Lee,
Tio Rafaela Jemima Rahel,
Nadira Halima, James K. Booth,
Seaver Dean Radovich,
McCormick A. Clemenson,
Daniel W. McCoy, Ryan D. Singh,
Angelica R. Christensen,
Cecilia Wu, Vide Wu,
Aliyah Bojador, Sovanarith Kim,
Nathan W. Vallejos,
Kayla Chamberlain,
Cecile Schumann, Cheyenne Teachout, Sonia Rodriguez,
Lilia E. Campbell, King Ho, Ya Feng Liu, Po Yi Cho,
Daiki Nagashima,
Quan Ju Chen, Anya L. Furman, Francine M. Jordan, Jordan M. Dietz, Amanda Christine Garcia, Lu Tong Liu, Jen Kenderdine,
Angelina M. Monari, Sarah Wong,
Michaela M. Offlagy, Sam Carson Crane, Fernando Hugo Jauregui,
Jack Young, Kelly A. Ward,
Carissa K. Ham,
Kotone Suzuki,
Savannah H. Garcia, Miriam A. Coder, Aaliyah H. Kim,
Devani R. Whitehead,
Magdalena F. Brooks, Jonathan Augustus,
Elizabeth A. Young,
Catherine M. Lowe, Serena S. Colleges, Landon Garner, Cheryl Lee,
Aidan T. Moran, Chinwai Wan,
Bryant Kai He, Ray He,
Daniel Nguyen,
Anna B. Davis, Artie Kuka, Amber R. Quozo,
Nathan D. Mack,
Xian Long Hu, Ting F. Ao, Sang S. Chan,
Jason Ng, Patty Vera Montanasic,
Carissa Leone, Samantha R. Copet,
Haley R. Villetta, Umair S. Syed,
Abdullah D. Al-Subi, Ali W. El-Saidi, Amy Akazawa, Kate M. Farrell, Olivia K. Forch, Ikran N. Ali,
Zachariah Van Rye,
Janet Quinn,
Jake D. Funk,
Kenley P. Weber,
Kristen Mary Holick,
Lily A. Morgan, Julia K. Schoen,
Rebecca D. Kronblatt, Delfina Asinari,
Kiki Horner, candidates from the School of Educational Studies.
Janice G. Jordan,
Bronte C. Pitsley,
Nayla A. Farah,
Kennedy K. Mejia Payton,
Ashley M. Aldworth,
Maddie Small,
Chantal Kirsten Klenke, Esther J. Gonzalez,
Kasarina C. Wetmore,
Lauren N. Forsgren,
Hope K. Mead, Nhan T. Vuong, Cassandra Wu,
Umalakshmi Chidambaram,
Camellia S. McKinney,
Denise Del Gianni,
Arlie Mitchell, Serena Y. Sung, Carly J. Pletcher, Christy Phillips,
Claudia Angeles Somera,
Esther Park, Meng D. Wong,
Ming Xuang Liu, Paula Karchner,
Bitia M. Morales Sanchez, Mireya Roldan Guzman,
Atsiri A. Bustos Camarena,
David Osorio,
Elmer Delgado, Michael S. Bates, Rachel Ann Hernandez, Jane K. Bott, Madison Kathleen Liedl, Catherine E. Davis, Kristen M. Bruner, Annalisa Gonzalez. Erika Armengol.
J.M. Sabil. Tamara L. Twa.
Lindsay M. Forsman.
Jean E. Rapp. Caitlin A. Nichols.
Tara Goodrich. Kylene Marie Glasser. Prashna Chund.
Caroline O. Smith.
Catherine H. Jacobson. Mackenzie May Farmer.
Amber N. Parker. Eric Sylvester.
Myria R. Khalid.
Pulamau F. Savusa. Marie Wong. Alice Cully McDonald.
Stephanie Lay.
Monica K. Kwong.
Su Yun Wong.
Jessica S. Broomer. Tabitha Ocean Epp. Mandy Claire Cook. Sarah N. Helzel.
Robin R. McCarthy.
Madison Hillard. Oksana Gerasimchuk. Yaida Kakar.
Mary McDonald.
Candidates from the School of Nursing and Health Studies.
Casey L. Higby. John M. Everett. Itayetsin Govea Galicia.
Ashley M. Young.
Hanan Al Zawadi. Abdullah D. Bachili.
Raviha Mahmood. Nathaniel E. Rimorin. Van Tran. Mayreen A. Samad.
Chun Ju Chen.
Veronica Vera. Derek Somsanit.
Naima R. Hassan. Kayla B. Tina Lay. Sonora L. George. Harsimran K. Gill.
Jennifer T. Morrison. Christina M. Wimmer. Keandra A. Okeke.
Sharon Reed.
Cassie M. Gibson.
Bonnie A. Tillman. Paige A. Mriglot. Mikhaila J. Sakurai. Olivia Nguyen.
Sabrina N. Duong. Rodolin Baba.
Rahel Nagus.
Marina Lazick.
Anya Nikolic. Rabab Zaidi.
Angelina Dimitrick.
Rachel Ritter.
Lily R. Dashtestani. Shirley Christensen. Janalyn Engler.
Mayra Rivera.
Denise Lopez.
Sabrina Heather McClymans. Dina V. Rathod.
Malak A. Bugarara.
Deka Ma.
Yalda Fayezi. Sarah M. Darafield.
Liliana Tran.
Mira Klein.
Fiore T. Bariagabir.
Tuold Rahedny.
Sihe K. Mola. Emily Amy Tran,
Tashina Faye Hill, Leonardo L. Afan, Tatum A. Featherston,
Julie K. Nguyen, Rebecca R. Nyland, Clem Sismon, Sophia Tran, Florida D. Petines, Athalie J. Miller,
Daniel DeGenie, Aliu Jawara, Birhanu Kabede, Getachew M. Addis, Jennifer Hui,
Amina Saratsevich, Sara E. G. Moran Arenas, Anupriya Pratap,
Nanami Frigalana, Valerie Liu,
Jurgen A. Urrutia, Kyla Skinner,
Brianne Dawson, Jamie R. Frost,
Ryan T. Tagwabao,
Sean T. Dow, Catherine Delgado, Ifra I. Ibrahim,
Zara Jane B. Macapobre, Ashley L. Romulo,
Kimberly S. Cross, Victoria Dalzell, Brenda Guzman,
Tiffany V. Ruiz,
Gabriela Arauju, Kalyana Lim, Monita Lim, Hajra Chowdhury, Aruba Baig, Paula A. Bersabi, Kimberly M. Abad, Anisa A. Khalif, Maimuna Ali,
John So,
Randall W. Louie, Jin Yi F. Bishop, Lamin Fofana, Jennifer Bonsu, Diga R. Jama,
Susan Jiroge,
Ian Brandon Dial,
Wanjiku Wainaina, Kevin John Siney, Ann N. Nguyen,
Melissa C. Collado, Deborah Bay, Sud Ching Rosanna Lowe,
Anna E. Striggins, Nasreen Rasul,
Mariah N. Coons,
Annie Smith,
Cindy L. Gore,
Jia Shan,
Daisy Cortez Arevalo,
Melinda S. Nan,
Caitlin B. Donna,
Lauren T. Schultz,
Abigail O. Hicks,
Calvin Mulyadi, Erica Payne,
Ayantu Umar Dawood, Ayan H. Dahir, Hamdi Ahmed, Tiasha I. Ali,
Jimmy Nguyen,
Nima Gempo,
Vanessa C. Ramos,
Mika F. Gabrai,
Kibret Zacharias, Anissa M. Moalem,
Tyler Chung, Yun Hee Kim,
Joe J. Na, Nicole T. Rice, Soreti Shasho,
Tiffany N. Kayongo, Merritt K. Hanley, Alexandra M. Blackstone,
Susan M. Munyi, Destiny Brenda Ook,
Fatima Conte, Bintu Jaith,
Ali Darvishazad,
Jennifer Denaga,
Lily Maddox,
Samantha M. Kapoman, Sarah Heimberger, Shannon R. Lonborg, Kimberly T. Lee,
Danielle M. Stevens,
Charity I. Akitanor, Christiana A. Jones Lawson,
Christina N. Mazumder, Naomi J. Tuttle,
Hannah D. Ashagre,
Amina R. Mohammed,
candidates from the School of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics.
Kahirman Sibira,
Sabira Kahirman,
Ahad El Sheri,
Fatih Rida,
Lin Fong Lee,
Yizheng Ma, Michelle P. Nguyen, Jonathan F. Munson, Princeton C., Rasma E. Yusufi, Ariana Ramirez,
Ellis Sheik,
Luke J. Smiley,
Lydia M. Habteselassie, Barry O. Habte, Goitam Hadisha, Michael Borchi,
Daniel S. Martin,
Mohammed A. Abdi, Mohammed F. Ahmed, Abdullahi I. Diria, Osam M. Bassioni, John M. Gaddis, Bailey F. Ezadi, Lamia S. Kazi, Cody W. Dillon, Cameron S. Dillon, Alta C. Hunter,
Yan Mengyu,
Ha Huen,
Christopher M. Locke, Edric W. Liu,
Denny Park,
George Zhou, Neil Tom, Ethan R. McGregor,
Adham M. Balumi, Omar A. Alakali, Lindsay Close, Irene Ahmed, Chuk H. Ho, Christine Jong,
Alan Q. Nguyen, Alyssa J. Vallister, Alex C. Tang, Midori Williams,
Patrick N. Bradley, Andrei Chabatarev,
Matthew L. Rodriguez,
Jonathan Duong, Mark Frankel,
Anthony M. Waddell, Kim Van Wyk,
Samuel Hepner,
Kiefer K. Sheldon, Tamara Trebojevic, Kyle L. Wright,
Randy Laborn, Sufia N. Ahmed,
Owen Yip, Rio Permana,
Tana Sayet Kraikul Sayet, Matthew H. Bowie, Surah Alani, Ardalan Ahanchi,
Garrett J. Padilla,
Landon G. Cruz, Min Ta Ho,
Vivek S. Muleo, Tamanna Sharma,
Kalyani Danda, Din Bu Lung,
Manat Sharma,
Iris Favoriel,
Catherine Santos, Clayton Snyder, Brandy L. Selly,
Marissa A. Brandes,
Jolene Ngoc Nguyen, Nung El Nguyen,
Lindsay McCarnan,
Robert G. Young, Adam F. Palick, Tim Su,
Alina Y. Bowie,
Tyler Shawman, Marcus Vasquez,
Giselle C. Granados, Victoria R. Aguilar,
Preston M. Marr, Jiaoxi Zhu,
Alexei Joseph Avodeyev, Caleb P. Lorman, Anshala Krishnan, Avarina Ita, Lynn L. Lee, Oscar E. Leon Nogales, Terrence Ho, Dylan T. Desmond, Jimmy T. Lau,
Emily Phelps,
Michael R. Keller,
Christopher B. Otto,
Kash Gudarzi,
Caleb B. Moore, Jeremiah N. Morse, Vin V. Nguyen,
Jacob B. Lyons, Taha Larichi, Ghassan M. Al-Ghamdi, Khalid Abdelaziz Al-Nemla,
Anna M. Peterson,
Ashley Jones, Alexandra E. Lynn,
Kelby A. Van,
Allison M. Kraus, Brandon Knutson,
Luis Michael Pena,
Ian Etheridge,
Andrew Z. Stiebel,
Boris Leonov, Tristan C. Cannon, Benjamin Z. Gutenberg,
Tristan K. McInnes,
Thomas B. Kircheball, Chris Johnston, Sam Amiri,
Brady L. Pasco, Torin A. Sampson, Anish N. Prasad,
Val Kim, Annie J. Keene,
Connor Starkle,
Alman V. Cho,
Cameron Padua, Amy Myers,
Lauren A. Bratt,
Andrew J. Waticha,
Alex Margarito Lopez.
Brady P. Jackson. Damon Huang.
Nadia K. Shami. Rabina S. Vora.
Balkis H. Aladwan. Mohammed A. Al-Musa. Vafa Barami.
Sam Stevens. Jignes P. Trivedi. Evan C. Wansa.
Morgan J. Hardesty. Yu Chi Chen. Jiwan Kwan.
Martin M. Pham.
Marco M. Chang. Adam Crowder. Alvin B. Duong. Neha Chabra. Diana Carolina Lance. Craig E. Boyd. Gemini Abidas.
Kyler L. Smith. Andrew Prom.
Daniel B. Cooper.
Jahander Zain.
Tabdar Asad.
Manjinder Singh.
Nicolo J. Albanese.
Ryan V. Nguyen.
Andrew Clark. Abdu El Ghazali. E.J. Dorsey.
Stan Charles Huber.
Patrick R. Sweat.
Benjamin Ziching Jin.
Jennifer B. Peen.
Amy Huynh.
Karina C. Yu. Simran K. Sangha.
Selena Chin.
Tran M. No. Quinn Nguyen.
Brian C. Castillo.
Lucy Zhu. Hongfei Xu.
Sydney N. Beaumont. Atif M. Bhatti.
Eric K. Moldskred. Zach Weldon.
Sheena Olga Marie Marguerite Diadieu. Jainaba Dumbuya.
Asma Tedmori.
Adriana D. Baserto. Ginger L. Lash.
Yen T. Nguyen.
Jake Yewan Cho. Yan San Chan.
Peter Praditya Patoyo.
Chloe M. Havalana.
Daniel E. Ochoa.
Scott M. Allenspock.
Jesus J. Moreno.
Albert B. Kwong. Joshua D. Gallo. Leo Lei.
Trin K. Ta.
Wei Kang Jiang.
Chu Heng Yu.
Ashwath Kaushik. Austin D. Hernandez.
Chong N. Pham. Sarah A. Schubert. Pavel Samsonov. Skylar T. Onstadt.
Michael T. Corder. Calvin Daniel Evans.
Surafel S. Mamo. Max D. Wright.
Michael Ryan Harlick,
Aaron C. Vega,
Chandler E. Ford,
Jude Mouth,
Mikla A. Alem,
Aaron Voth,
Jeffrey W. Doherty,
Derek Wong,
Annika R. Lawrence, Shauna Marcelino Cabinday,
Sean M. Poulter, Chase Alexander Monture,
Kenny H. Louis Jr., Ryan N. Guan,
David H. Rachel, Nathaniel L. Van,
Justice Bautista,
Byungjeon Park,
Rathtana Duong,
Abdul Shakur M. Nianj, Yen Win,
Sakina M. Khan,
Kwang T. Nguyen, Max T. Nguyen,
Jana R. Bautista, Giuseppe M. Delires Cherto, Justo J. De Assis, Alan A. Doe,
Michael T. Tang,
Brandon Z. Carlson,
Efrain C. Velasco, Hall Oltian, Jordan McDonald,
Aaron K. Cardwell,
Bach Fan,
Sean E. Wilson, Jorge A. Sanchez Perez, Kuber Motgi,
Brandon Barkowskis,
Tu Yang,
Alan K. Kwiatkowski, Margaret G. De Leon, Jessica M. Gray,
Mitchell K. Marr, Andy Tran, Giovanni Y. Santiago,
Riandy W. Lim, Paul W. Cooper, Chris J. Bradley, Zane T. Bacon,
Michael R. Meyer, Daniel C. Robinson, Peyton N. Rolag,
Connor M. Dillon,
Masashi J. Tanaka, Nika M. Sykes, Jacob M. St. John,
David C. Bill,
Dennis Rybchenko, Michael Robert Ward, Francis N. Tran,
Megan C. Fridge, Daniel R. Doran,
Travis G. Olette, Andrew H. Park,
David K. Cha, Kayla Marie Bachler, Danya McKay Juarez, Natalie A. Jones, Cassandra Gomez,
Miriam J. Manuku,
Andy S. Liljegren,
Ileana M. Rodriguez, David M. Ritchie,
Rachel Christine Calder, Amanpreet Kaur, Yusuf Kaur,
Luis Manuel Guadarrama,
Maximilian D. Coburn,
Kevin N. Thomas, Amin Samatar,
Alexis Coffer,
Elliot J. Moss,
Omar S. Abdel Fattah,
Kevin Duck Chimak, Austin Z. Zornis,
Riley Forbes, Sharndeep Kaur Shokar, Rupika Gautam,
Arbaz K. Mahal,
Wei T. Kuo,
Daniel Mamagani, Sothunwa Sofana, Maury Malta Jr., Simon M. Perez,
Jesus F. Govella, Paige F. Allen,
Alicia M. Weinberg,
Colton L. James, Audrey Che, Tran P. Lei,
Caitlin K. Yamamoto,
Robert T. Bhakta, Nathaniel S. Fix, Nicholas A. Gorsline,
Sujit Nupani, Oscar Morales Jr.,
Aisha A. Abdiner, Xiao Huang,
Andy K. Cito,
James Benson, Erdin E. Angsaya, Alex Lau,
Mani Maid, Mojgan Mirarab Shahi,
Layla Amin,
Yazel Arce Giron, Gilbert Fabrianto,
Hans Niklaus,
Jason Maxwell Gautama,
Saiful Nizam Salim, Kunhua Yu, Qianwei Zhu,
Jade Doe, Rowena Akim, Soo Yun Kim,
Tri D. Tran, Tien Nguyen, Hao Si Tran, Quan M. Tong, Luan T. Nguyen, Phuoc H. Tai, Huang M. Va,
Tut Ko,
Joe Villegas, Lilia V. Stoknyuk,
Visrat M. Belina,
Ni H. Tran,
E. May Lin, Sajpreet K. Brar, Nate T. Gallegos, Shan Yushuan Chen,
Emma Shak Ramanova,
Jared T. Guerrero, Yuen Bum Lim,
Robin Mutali,
candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Interactive Media Design from the Schools of Interdisciplinary Arts and Sciences and Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics.
Devin T. Grillo,
Kyle Craig Rhodes,
Roman K. Isakov,
Dong Ji O, Chandler K. Tsai,
Kevin Laird, Jacob B. Hanser, Ming Bin Huang, Jeffrey M. Leung,
James R. Seifert,
Stephen Lee Epperson,
Rutuja H. Nera,
Andrea B. Brado, Sue Lee,
Benjamin Siev,
Angela M. Birchman,
Yin Yin,
Nicole V. Lee, Paramdeep S. Hihar,
Leah E. Shin, Warisha Sumro.
Melissa Marie Jones.
Colin J. Smith.
Alexander M. Brighton. Jacob R. Luna. Rena Chen.
Bao Nam Tran Tien. Chelsea S. Tao. Julian T. Nyo. Hannah M. Tashiro. Sergio Mejia.
Seleshi Fiseha. Luel Mesfin Baletti.
Candidates from the School of Business.
Daniel Pack. Dan Person. Jaire May. Selena H. Nguyen.
Kyle V. Liu. Brian K. Bond.
John Sun. Christine E. Noble. Christine E. Oganov.
Alec A. Esterbrook. Matthew J. Look.
Brianna J. Mueller. Rabia T. Ramzan.
Amber R. Hagland. Ben Fisher.
Estefany Vargas. Selena R. Vargas.
Eli S. Becker.
Agape E. Wasef. Ananya Sengupta. Fung Vo. Dan Ye.
Sean Gu.
Bobo Wu.
Yosef S. Kushan.
Ilyas Rahimi.
Nermeen R. Hussein.
Michael J. Myers. Jordan Phipps.
A.J. Berry. Amelia E. Cheehee.
Kathleen Ye.
Neralia Damira Abdul.
Luis E. Rodriguez.
Keith Ann Cruz.
Dongju Shin. Ricardo Maliadi. Oleg T. Ulityonak. Taha Parsa. Ligia Maria Silva. Dragana Popadic Aguilar.
Sarah L. Geringer.
Brian Murad Tobing.
Cameron R. Jolly. Billy Howe.
Bradley Eric Newbold.
Scott J. Densmore. Oscar Covarrubias. Murtada El Harab.
Duale M. Na. Dupem Nzekwe. Nadia L. Mabruk. Eve Shi. Vivian Wang.
Sarah B. Bennett. Brittany A. Hermanson. Kelsey R. Carroll.
Allison M. Tay.
Carmen La. Eric L. Quinn. Kavidish Jatan. Monica K. Corcoro. Brian Huynh. Bradley La. Ramiro Alfaro Jr.
Neil Brian Viola.
Joshua K. Lee. Jason Fung.
Shuting Wei.
Anya Jasarevic.
Marie J. Politanon, Justin Wong, Romy Mete Romero Rivera,
Anna P. Garcia.
Eileen C. Valmana,
Esther W. Ndumu, Bunny Singh, Andy Wong,
Ryan Cotillo.
Jaden T. Prunier,
Mark T. Conrad.
Stephen C. Pavilando, Ariana M. Navarro,
Mei Fei Yan,
Sarah A. Nelson,
Colin T. Kong. Mohammed Y. Al-Harazi.
Jeff Manuel Munoz Zeladon,
Siva Prakash Jaganesh. Salem S. Bakalakal.
Tori K. Tokita, Joy Yao,
Jenny Liu.
Brianna Olazabal, Didi Anse Oblafias,
Tan Q. Ku. Jun Hee Han.
Si Yoon Seong, Valerie Tay Oliveira,
Judy W. Chan.
Jung Yeon Song, Nancy Sabaya Martinez, Manisha A. Ramey,
Veena R. Diluman. Ramandeep Kaur. Ivan K. Daza.
Zoe N. Wynn, Claudia Mayo,
Congrats, man.
Jacob Anderson. Derek J. Burkett.
Christopher A. Merritt,
Whit M. Cornelius.
Arash Yazdidust,
Alexander J. Levine. Antonio Bautista.
Way to go, man.
A. Spencer Groth.
Oscar D. Velasco,
Isaac J. Andonian. Victoria N. Kvasiuk. Desiree Bronstein.
Timothy S. McCain Jr., Katie Tew, Christine L. Nye, Amber N. Schmidt, Delancey R. Miller,
David A. Babayan. Rami A. Hassan.
Jasmine M. Sebuti,
Jackie Cruz. Joan Choi. Diana R. Fedorov. Emily A. Broad.
Yuan Yao,
Arlie Jarrett. Amanda Hobbin.
Drew Chandler Toman, Nada Nazemi, Ying Peng, Shengnan Zhang,
Cameron Catuzzi. Jay Eng. Gabriel M. Klingel. Nicholas Raphael Beltrain. Nathaniel S. Gartner. Lan Kim.
Alec K. Olson,
Miranda S. Kratzer.
Scott Tatilla.
Eric Israel. Jorge Victor Cubero. Eric M. Ammons. Erica R. Bueno. Lucy A. Fixo. Caitlin Jordan. McCall Levy. Ryan A. Donk.
Sally True. Indira McFields. Daniel R. Shea.
Marina Seferi.
Sutakan Paksankanye.
Mayra A. Serber.
Rafael Jimenez Lopez.
Neetu Sharma.
Leisha N. Harkey. Vaishnavi J. Garamella. Brett A. Bean.
John W. Vincent II. Corey James Quinn.
Ina Dukanovic. Ryan P. Lauerman.
Al Chaudhry.
Sukita Vade.
Sagar Kakar. Jensen Fernandez.
Lauren A. Robertson. Carolyn Ann Stasny.
Adrian Bartolome.
David M. Tikest.
Vincent DiDomenico. Steve Kassan.
Tam Nguyen.
Dong H. Kim.
Joshua G. Miller.
Jackie Key Lee.
Nick Gao. Ding Wei Chen. Stephen Glade. Daniel Cow.
David Shevchuk. Anna M. Seeger.
Jordan D. Lehman. Solomia Bishko.
Ole O. Sherban. Vadim Polishchuk.
Kiran Chavda. Elias M. Dodd. Austin H. Daviscourt.
Taylor Benjamin Smith.
Muslima Kwanishbayeva. Corey M. Kennedy Gary.
Gabriel Tagalau. Emma N. Peltz.
Melissa C. Bennett.
Grady Moran. Obioha K. Okareke. Joshua C. Stotler.
Seper Haji.
Julio C. Martinez.
Victor A. Liu. Kenneth M. Hecht.
Yue Peng. Joyce Wu. Yongsen Chen.
Billy Cow. Yu Ying Choi. Ting Chen.
Janice Wu.
Ka W. Low. Man I Choi.
Guangyu Zhang.
Wen Si Duan. Tzu Ting He. Xiao Ying Lin.
Si Chan Zhang.
Chuangshu Huang.
Man Zhang.
Wen Luai, Jeremy Adderley, Hong Yu Chao, Ice Liang,
Hui Yin Zhao, Ziyi Yan,
Chu Rong Lin, Bailey Chen, Winnie Lin,
Kaizi Zing,
Christina Nguyen,
Grinnis De Luna, Liam T. Doe,
Austin R. Tam,
Andrew J. Lee,
Isaac Song, Valentine Monfort,
Kwok Y. Chan,
Kailuan Liu,
Danny Chong, Steffi Lau,
Christopher Vu, Andrea Melagrito,
Yi Sung Huang,
Ji Xiang Yang,
Hai Shu Lan Lin,
Lin Lin Su,
Jun Liu, Sihui Ke, Xin Yao Li, Luna Chang,
Michael Mazoyer,
Lauren K. Huang,
Christopher R. Yekel,
Ernie Gamboa, Trevor H. Kenzie,
Hibu I. Sahal,
Katisha Atterbury,
Aicha Bukhari,
Genevieve Shan McDonald,
John DeKaiko, Ahmad Ali, Christina L. Lind,
Giorgio R. Vianello,
Christian T. Geese, Evangeline Abrigo,
Tulio V. Fan,
Joy Chia Yu Cheng,
Max Damian Peasley,
Kennedy P. Kispert,
Brenda Wilson, Maria C. Valero,
Alina A. Bilk, Vladka Berova, Shinya Aoi, Kento Burke, Chad A. Davis, Diego I. Dwyer,
Joseph G. Mamo,
Nick Lowengrath,
Adam Sen, Ryan Thomas Mallory, Isaac E. Rubenstein, Marks K. Nuval, Amanda L. Quintanilla, Jace M. Steele, Jared R. Markowitz, Lauren S. Peterson, Jackie Wu, Rui Nakagawa,
Ivan Do Nguyen,
Vu V. Cao,
Hui D. Nguyen Pham, Stephanie A. Maxwell,
Yolibeth B. Alvarez.
Saraya J. Thefault.
Sabrina Borba. Lalin Kiachai Watakul.
Xiaojun Wu. Prees D. Oon.
Get her sash.
Lydia Huang.
Yvonne Wu.
Somaya Ali Sufi Tanha.
Matthew D. Russell. Jay Song. An Thi Vo.
Janelle K. Lee.
Sochiata Pen.
Mary Claire V. Felona. Jessica Hung.
Randeep Mahat.
Tarnprit S. Dalawal.
Kathleen A. Vasleski. Pooja Minhas.
Crystal Chen.
Yu Wang.
Eden Huang. Xing Liang.
V.T. Nguyen.
Brian T. Lei. China Aksamet. Derek Genkos. Austin J. Bradbury.
Andrew D. Ritchie.
Tiffany Shu. Wilson Ip. Ferguson Liu.
Kelly Huynh Phan.
Li Liu. Evelyn E. Kern.
Jake Arthur Riggin.
I know him. Dan Asheretti. Al-Rashi.
Da Chuan Lin.
Okay, we're almost at the end. Now, graduation at UW-Bothell is actually a three-step process. You do need to get your degrees conferred, which we did that, and you walked across the stage. We're going to do the next two things pretty quickly. So, class of 2019, for the last time, I'm going to ask you to get up on your feet. Wait. Now, as you are walking across the stage, you were probably shown that secret handshake that you got from our Board of Regents and others. If you don't remember, you can come back and practice that with your next degree. So, the last two things we're going to do is, graduates, you notice that you have your tassel from on your right. So I want you to move your tassel from right side to the left side. That's step two. And step three, congratulations. You're going to 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, class of 2019. You are now officially graduates of University of Washington.
As the ceremony concludes, we ask our students, now our graduates and alumni, to please remain in your seats until the recessional is complete. and marshals will excuse you by row. Please follow your faculty marshal off the field. As you exit, please do so in an orderly manner. Thank you. The 28th annual commencement ceremony of the University of Washington Bothell is hereby concluded.
Thank you.